Hello everyone, my name is Ross. I'm studying in AS Engineering College, CSE, second year. Today we'll be seeing what is Git. Git is an high quality open source distributed version control system. It is used to track multiple files among multiple contributors. In this session, we'll be looking at the following Git commands. This is the workflow of Git commands. After committing in your local repository, you will push it into the remote repository. From remote repository, again you will be pulling the changes that are done by different contributors. Now we'll see the execution of all these commands.
Now let's install Git in our system. First I'll explain how to install Git in Ubuntu operating system. In Ubuntu, with the help of the keyboard shortcut key Ctrl-Alt-T, we'll open the terminal. Inside terminal, we'll be first verifying whether Git is installed or not with the help of Git version. Since I have already installed Git, it says Git version 3.34.1. For you, it most probably says Git command not found. So you can install Git with the help of the command sudo apt get install git. We are using Ubuntu's default package manager, that is apt-get, to install Git. When you press enter, it will ask for the password. After entering the password, for you it says the Git will automatically get installed. For me it says Git is already the newest version. The following packages were automatically installed and no longer required. You can verify whether Git is installed or not with the command git version. And it says Git version 2.34.1. So we have successfully installed Git in Ubuntu operating system. To install Git in Windows, you can use Windows default package manager, that is chocolatey, and the command is choco install git.install. If you enter this command in Windows command prompt, Git will be automatically installed. Or else you can go to your browser and enter git install. Open downloads Git. Select Windows here. And based on your system configuration, select the required files. If you click on 64-bit Git for Windows setup, the download will automatically start. For me, it's not necessary, so I'll cancel it. After the download completed, run this file as administrative and agree to all the terms and conditions. Then Git will be installed in your system. Now before we start using Git, we need to say Git who we are. That means we need to configure our email and our name. We can do that by entering git config global user.email and enter your email. Press enter. And you need to also config your name. Now you can check your configurations with the command git config list. And when you press enter, you can see here user.email is my email and user.name is the name I have passed here. Now let us learn some of the basic commands in Git. To do so, let us consider a scenario where we are creating an application. Let us say a calculator application. So let's make a directory named calculator and we'll change into it. And we'll initialize git init with the command git init. When you press enter, you'll see initialize the empty Git repository. Now let us create our first file. Let's say app. And the programming language we are using is C++. So let's quickly create our application using namespace st and a int function. We'll print the menu first, so we will do it by taking a do while loop. And let's only add one option, that is addition. And still, though there is one option, we'll read the choice from user. So enter option. We'll create a variable and we'll read that variable and we'll create a switch case. If the chosen option is 1, then we'll perform addition, calling addition function, which we have not created but we'll create it, and a while loop to end the do while. So let's create our add function, which says enter two numbers to add. Okay, and let's create two variables. Let's read those numbers from the user, and then we'll print sum of a and a and b is a plus b. And we have successfully created our application. Now let us return to our terminal and let's check what happened with the command git status. If you press enter now, it gives information on which branch you are, that is master, and the commits, no commits yet, and untracked files app.cpp. So to track this file or to add this file into the staging area, the git command is git add and the file name, or you can just use star to add all the untracked files into the staging area. Now if you check the status again, you will see it is in the stacked area, new file app.cpp. Now before committing it, let us check whether our application is running properly or not. And we have only one option, so we are taking that option. Enter two numbers to add, 45, let's say 5 and 20. Sum of 5 and 20 is 25, and we got our menu one more time. Let's give another number greater than 2 to end the loop, and the loop has ended. Now we will commit the changes those are in stacked area, and -m is the flag to write the commit statement here itself in the terminal. So git commit, let's say in this commit statement you need to write what you have done in more detail. The more detail it is, the more better it is. So created a calculator application and also created add function. That's it. Now you can see our git status. a.out is the file we got. We need not track it, so I'm just removing it. Now git status on branch master, nothing to commit, walking tree screen. Now to check all the commits you have done, you can use the command git log and flag all. So you can see the commit you have done. Here head master is where you are right now located in. We'll see significance later. And the commit created calculate application and also created add function. Now let us imagine a scenario where our team manager asks us to submit our calculator application for the first release with add function by tomorrow evening. Since we have created add function which is very small, we are free in time, so we wanted to add one more feature, that is subtraction function also. So let's add our subtraction function also. Let's open our file and let's create our subtraction function. Let's say sub will be saying enter two numbers to add, to subtract, right? Subtract, and we'll read those two numbers and we'll be saying result of a and b is a minus b. Okay, now the result is given. Now let's create another option and let's say it as subtraction, and we'll create another case here and let's call our subtraction function and let's call break. Now we have created our subtraction function, so now let's close and we'll use the git status command. Since we have modified it in the stacking area, changes on the stacked area for commit, it says it's modified, so let's add it and let's commit it with the commit subtraction function created. Now our team leader will be happy. He asked for one feature, we have created two features. Let us check our application now. Oops, it's actually crashed. We need to submit it by tomorrow. Let's imagine this error is some big error, you can't solve it in one day. So let's see all the git commands now. Commit. So git log all. So this is the commit you have created. You have created add function, subtraction function, and this is the commit. We have seen that when you have created the first commit, your application was running properly. When you have created a second change, when you have created the subtraction function, then the application has crashed. But you need to submit your code. So now let's use a git command to retrieve to this previous commit, that is git checkout. Now this command will help us to retrieve to the previous commit, that is AC85. This is the power of version control, where all the files are tracked. So when you create a new change, when you face an error and you cannot release it because the application has error, so you will go to the previous commit, that is AC8. You'll copy this commit and you will paste it here. Now when you're switching to, now you'll see when you press enter, you'll say switching to this commit. So now git status, okay, we'll see git, actually it is log all. Now you can see this is the master branch where the master is and your head is here. Now if you open your application, you can see, boom, subtraction function is nowhere found. That means this application will run properly if you compile it and run it. So we can enter the options 12, 13, and sum of 12 and 13 is 25. If you enter the other 8, now your application is running properly. Now you can submit this version of your or this commit of your code to your team manager, and later you can check out to the master log and you can fix the error. Now here you can see we can consider head as a pointer and it is pointing to this commit right now. So when you run the commit git status to check the current status of the repository and press enter, you will see head detached at the area of the commit, and you're also seeing untracked files a.out. Actually a.out file is not required, so we'll just remove it. And if we say git status now, you'll see detached head at. So now our head is detached from the branch and it is pointing to a commit. That is the reason we are getting detached. So we'll just we'll just point our head to the main branch or master branch. We can do it with the command git checkout master. Now previous reposition was create a calculator application, the commit, and switch it to branch master. Now if you'll say git log all, you can see now head is pointing towards our master. Now we are going to fix our error and then we're going to commit the changes. So if you try to compile it now, you'll get the error in function intimate error expected semicolon before break case. So, okay, we missed this, we forgot to write the semicolon there. So let's open our app public file, and here we forgot our semicolon. Let's also change this to 3 so that we can the reader can, if reader enters option 2, it doesn't exit. And now I guess we are all good. Let's close the file. Now let's compile it. Yeah, we got no errors. And then now let's run. Let's enter the option addition and let's give the values 20 and 15. We got the answer 35. Now we're gonna choose the subtraction. Let's enter the values 60 and 5, and the output is 55. The functions are running properly. Let's give a value greater than 3 and we'll exit from the program. So it's working all good. Now if we say git status, we have seen this file is modified and this file is not tracked. Let's just remove a.out, and now let's commit our git modified file. Check our status. Now it is modified and we'll commit it saying error is solved, or you can just write bug fixed. Bug is fixed. Let's clear, and if you see git status on on master branch, nothing to commit, and you can see all your commits here.